Armenian Church Youth Organization of America, General Assembly and Sports Weekend, an amazing event that was just awesome all around. This was my first one, and thanks to my friends at our Armenian Church here in Tampa, Florida, Michael and Andy, I actually got an opportunity to be introduced to the community and family of these great young professionals doing great things across the entire US and specifically related to our Eastern Diocese. So the event was happening, or the series of events rather, were happening in Detroit, and so the day one was already great. We had a sort of banter and jokes here and there as we were preparing for this for quite some time. Michael, hey, what's up?
Let's go.
ACYOA weekend!
Yeah, boy.
Some coffee before the flight. All right,
ready,
it's gonna be a great weekend. I had some Armenian coffee, of course, with Michael before getting on a flight and then catching up with Andy as well. But yeah, everything was great. And then also we actually consolidated the effort to be together with our friends from Jacksonville, right? So it's a Florida team all together. So Andy, what's up?
Landed in Detroit.
Landed in Detroit. Ooh. It seems like, by the way, it's quite a beautiful city, right?
Yeah, didn't know that yet.
Wait, you are for the first time in Detroit?
Yeah.
You have been before. We landed safely in Detroit and got into the Westin Hotel. Everything is planned. Look at what they're doing. They're trying to...
It's called the Armenian ingenuity, brother.
Armenian ingenuity, what's up? And then, yeah, ended up doing all sorts of things in our rooms, trying to connect them together, which is really funny.
How are you, sir? Open the door. Andy, bro, go around, bro.
They always punish me.
Wait, it's stuck? Oh shit.
This is why we keep them open, bro. So if we're all partying here...
No, but we can... Oh, if you're partying, of course. But I'm saying...
If some knocks us down, you know...
Anyways, this guy, if I don't sleep completely, it's his fault.
You all.
It's his fault. Michael, shut the Today I am, because tomorrow is assembly. I was reading 1.5 hours of all documents ACYOA, so I was responsible.
Bro, honestly,
newbie.
You are
I actually was reading the prayer.
Nobody else gives a shit.
It had to be one person. It's this man.
Thank you, bro.
Your vote is indeed worth it.
I'm gonna, By the way,
You know how I won on...
anyways, see you guys. And then eventually we just really wanted to eat. It was already late, but we still decided to go to the Lefty's Cheesesteak, or whatever you call it. That place was fun, sort of interesting chain. I have never been before, and apparently I had one of the best, cheesesteaks as I ever have eaten before. So really enjoyed that one. And then essentially we were resting, getting ready for the General Assembly on the next day. Too, for us in terms of the trip, but actually day one of all of the events, it's General Assembly, and it started with beautiful morning service. All of the Central Council from ACYOA and all other members went to the church, which, by the way, St. John's is absolutely gorgeous, big and beautiful church. We had a great service there, and then the assembly itself started.
It is a blessing to be with you today to this annual assembly of Armenian Church Youth Organization of America.
Right, and so I had an opportunity to influence some decisions in regards to the efforts that ACYOA makes across the different events or different initiatives throughout the year, and so that was an awesome experience for me as well. But yeah, we're just hanging out with everyone, getting to know each other. Especially for me, this being first time, I met really so many great people that I didn't know before. However, Michael and Andy probably have known at least most of them, and so yeah, there was so many cool conversations here and there, especially during the coffee hour. We visited a beautiful museum, which, by the way, we're not able to film there, but such an amazing museum of Armenian art, scripture in Armenian language. Just great experience to explore. Say hi, everyone. Vlog ACYOA Detroit 2025 in my first school bus in America. Yeah, I also apparently had the first time experience riding a school bus in America. I always seen them, obviously, from afar, but have never been inside. So that was kind of a funny experience, and I think lots of people appreciated me trying to make it like a big deal here.
I use my jet ski. I strap it to my jet ski.
Damn, bro. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's get a group photo, bro.
That's what I mean.
Hey, you look good.
I got like a red,
Okay, yo, get in the photo, get in the photo.
We then in the evening had sort of casual bar attendance, which actually was great. We had some pool games and some DJ music. It was 5th Avenue Royal Oak. And so somehow I made pretty much no photos or videos there, but apparently the experience was great. Yeah, had the chance to double down on some of those conversations and meetings from the day earlier.
So my boys should be very proud of me because they are sleeping and I'm the only one who's actually going to the sports part of the sports weekend. And I slept less than 3 hours. And yeah, I'm about to hop on a bus or Uber or something. By the way, that's a decent view from the hotel. But yeah, I'm both excited and really want to go back to my room and sleep. Trying to get away with coffee. So, see you there.
The next day was packed with activities as well, and this is one of those things where I figured, okay, I'm not gonna sleep whatsoever. So I think on my first night I slept maybe like 3 hours, and then it started just to getting trimmed more and more throughout all of the events. And I think by the time we hit like 4 or 5 days, I just slept 6 hours altogether. I was actually quite proud of myself to try and sustain that and, you know, go to every event, be it sports or all the fun that we had. But yeah, we had sports championships, which was backgammon, pickleball, volleyball, basketball. We had some Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. All the cool games. It was really fun to engage in.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is second night, sort of a third night of ACYOA event, and it has been absolute pleasure, just wonderful all around. With the boys getting ready to get to the night out again. Here my bro Andy, and so the premises we've done the sports part number 1 tomorrow. There are like finals for all the sports, like so many cool things like tableau / backgammon, then Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros, basketball, volleyball, pickleball, just lots of fun stuff. And then what else did we do? Obviously some lunch, jokes, chatter, photos, videos, getting to know people here and there. Tomorrow we're going to Badarak, which is liturgy in our Armenian church, and then from there we'll have continuation of sports and yet another night event, the banquet itself. So on here is we have Nick. What's up, Nick? Woo! So yeah, that's the report from ACYOA Sports Weekend in Detroit so far. See you later.
But also obviously had an evening event and specifically visited Beer Garden at Little Caesars Arena. I just cannot get enough of amazing music that was there. And actually one of the members at ACYOA, Michael, I believe, who was playing alongside the musicians there. But I mean, I love that Western Armenian music and just beautiful all around. Yeah, just lots of gatherings, conversations, fun. Once again, started dancing around in groups and sort of individually as well. I love that too. But back to the sports weekend, and I was playing pickleball, and Tavlu even got to the semifinals and was playing them the next day. But yeah, it was great. Once again, everything was packed with all sorts of positive things happening here and there. So the last day was even better than any of the days. I think it's just what was really cool that each of the days was sort of getting elevated more and more across the board, be it sports, being at the church, different activities, the banquet, of course, and all the other things. But yeah, every day was just getting better and better, and of course less and less sleep. Because apparently I forgot to mention, we also had all sorts of nightly activities in the hotels and, you know, hanging out here and there. But yeah, I just loved it all the way. But started morning with Divine Liturgia Badarak. Again, absolutely beautiful. Huge kudos to the people who have been at the music choir, and specifically the lead person. He was just incredible. His voice was so strong. I felt like, wow, I'm in some, this is some professional level orchestra almost, like, but then again, it's also in the church, and it's just amazing, those chants and the music and the words and just everything comes together. But obviously also kudos for everybody who was serving on the altar and who was involved in making this beautiful Padarach happen, because it sort of was consolidation with ACYOA, new members also having special moment there. But also, by the way, I haven't mentioned Surpazan, our amazing Bishop Mesrop Parsaman, who I actually get to meet for the first time, who's primate of the Eastern Diocese, and I was so excited. He seemed to be like an incredible person, and he was involved in everything from like day one, be it sports or church activities, right? So it's awesome that he is spending time with the youth like that and can also offer mentorship and just be there for everyone. And his sermon was very inspiring and just, I think, landed perfectly. So everything came to fruition as it meant to be. But yeah, once again, had an opportunity to have great fellowship. After the liturgy, met more people, and even those that are not necessarily ACYOA members, but just members of the church, which I always love, meeting more and more people from different communities of our wonderful church. And so, but the end banquet was a killer, right? So I actually separated from my buddies for a moment. I wanted to try and catch up some sleep with like 1 or 2 hours when they went to Lavash Grill. Apparently Detroit has Armenian restaurant, which is great, and it's sort of a bummer that I didn't go to this time, but next time I will certainly visit it. But yeah, I went to sleep to my hotel room, and guess what? I wasn't able to fall asleep because the mistake I've done, I actually had coffee right prior to that, but whatever. You roll, you roll how you can in these events. The banquet was amazing. There was essentially professional dancers, musicians, the DJ, live music. I mean, so just beautiful. Yeah, I was glad that the banquet went so well. Once again, everybody had fun. Dancing, I think I did dance like this for quite some time. Like, especially Armenian dances, right? I think last time I was dancing it out like this was at somebody's wedding like a decade ago, right? And I'm like, wow, this brings some wonderful memories and nostalgia. And another reminder, gotta be strong and take care of yourself so that you can get chance to dance it out with Armenians on the dance floor.
To see that the future leaders of ACYOA, this has to be known and called for today. We have Lori, Shai, and Peter. And honestly, we're in great hands. This moment is gonna move so quick, so really cherish those moments. Make an impact when you go visit these communities. You guys honestly are the future, and we're gonna be in great hands, and I want nothing more but all of us to succeed in our personal lives, of course, fellowship-wise, religious-wise, spiritually, all the above. And at any point, if you guys are ever in my hometown, both with Andy and Andre in Pinellas Park, St. Hagop Armenian Church, just know that you have a room in my house, and I'd love to help you any way possible, career-wise, just visiting Florida. I want to help, and I want to see the youth succeed. And if there's anything I can do or we can do together, let's make it happen, and let's have fun, and let's do it. So,
Yeah. So yeah, it was exciting. Just really appreciate and grateful for everything that was happening during all these events.
Doing the report. So this is us, Andy, Samantha, Andre, and Michael, right? And
Yeah,
wonderful
the one and
driver
only.
who's saving us. We're going to the airport after Absolutely fantastic and extremely active,
Yeah.
non-sleepy
Yes.
4 days of ACYOA.
Unforgettable weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
That was wonderful.
2025 in the books. Yep.
2026, Boston.
Boston.
Oh my gosh, that's
Boston,
gonna be
you up
epic.
next?
Life of the party. We're gonna make it happen again. Don't you worry.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's go. And potentially 2027 could be something that starts with F and L as a name of the state. Name of the state. We don't know. We
You
don't
better
know.
be at the meeting next year. We better get you next year.
Woo, submitted the
Okay.
bids.
Okay.
Cool.
Can you imagine sports weekend like on the beach? Oh my
I've done
god.
every time I've heard that.
Really? No, but that's so epic though.
But by the way, like one thing though this could be
Yeah.
so cool is the water sports. We rename it. We
Oh
say
my God.
ACYOA Water Sports
Wait,
2027.
Can we have swimming, please? Because I can actually swim.
Oh, swimming, that's the easy
Yeah,
part. We'll have
like,
jet
that's
ski,
the only-
scuba
right.
diving,
Oh,
parasailing.
scuba diving. Okay,
all that stuff.
okay. Thinking big. I like this.
Florida team is all about it.
Water
Water sports weekend.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Alrighty. Peace.
Alright guys, peace out guys.